Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and we're doing a quick what's in the box kit review, about 12 minutes hopefully, on my Revell Level 3 1144 scale 05675 Collector's Edition Das Boot 40th Anniversary Type 7C submarine, depicted as U-96 as per the rather famous film Das Boot, or in English, The Boat. I'm just going to have a quick whiz through some info about the film if you haven't seen it, which would be kind of amazing, I think. But let's go through it. So the director was Wolfgang Petersen, and it stars Jürgen Prochnow, Herbert Grönemeyer and Klaus Veneman. It was produced in 1981 in West Germany, and it's kind of interesting as it's one of the sort of first films that I remember seeing that sort of depicts the war, the Second World War, from a sort of humane perspective of the Germans, and sort of gets rid of the sort of nasty Nazi sort of appearance. So the storyline for this is basically, it is 1942 and the German submarine fleet is heavily engaged in the so-called Battle of the Atlantic to harass and destroy British shipping. With better escorts of the destroyer class, however, German newer boats have begun to take heavy losses. Das Boot is the story of the crew of one such boat, with the film examining how these submariners maintained their professionalism as soldiers and attempted to accomplish impossible missions, all while attempting to understand and obey the ideology of the government under which they served. We might skip back to IMDb in a little bit and just read out a review of the film. But first off, let's go through what you're here for, and that is to have a look at the parts in the box. As you can see, we're going German tonight with our beverage, and we've picked up this Schofferhofer Hefeweizen beer, which is a grapefruit lager, or Weiss beer anyway, and it's brewed in Germany, and I've got it here, and it's kind of interesting in colour, and I'm going to have a little bit of a taste of it now. And my God, it's absolutely gorgeous. I was kind of like, what's this going to taste like? And it tastes like grapefruit juice. I mean, you could just sort of quaff this down in sort of litres and not notice it until you kind of sort of started stumbling around. So that's what I've got to wet my whistle with tonight anyway. So let's have a look at the instructions, and then we'll have a look at the sprues and all the other bits and bobs that you get in the box, and then we'll skip back to IMDb and have another look. There isn't really any history of the particular U-boat, but you can flick onto Wikipedia and have a look at the specs of the Type 7C if you do so wish. We get a nice colour instruction booklet with this, which includes our sort of sprue diagrams, and then moves on rapid fashion to the build. Now this is actually 87 parts and is a level 3 skill level, so it's mediocre. So it's kind of ideal for someone like myself. I mean, my intention with this is to practice out weathering and rusting before I move on to some of my bigger naval ships. So section 1 in instructions is focusing on our display stand, which comes in 4 parts. Then we're going to put the main sections of the hull together with these 2 bulkheads for sort of supporting it. Section 3, we're going to put the centre part of the deck in place here. Window 4, we're going to put the fore and aft deck sections on. These do appear to have been pre-painted, it would appear, which seems logical. Number 5, we're going to put the rudder and the rear steering mechanism on. Number 6, we're going to put the propeller shafts and supporting bracket in place. Section 7, we're going to put our 3 propellers on. Is that 2 propellers? 2 propellers, sorry, 2 propellers. And then we're going to put the dive planes in place as well. I think they're the dive planes. Section 9, we're going to put the twin rudders on. Section 10, we're going to put the forward planes. Is that what they're called? I don't know. I'm not particularly nautically engineering minded. Section 11 and 12, we have the, I think this is the snorkel and, oh no, this is just the periscope, which you can have in a down or up position. 14, we're going to be looking at putting the snorkel on. Section 15, we're going to be moving on to the bridge area, putting our pre-built snorkel and attack periscope in place. Section 16 is more of the decking, more of the conning tower superstructure. And following on is section 18 and 19 as well, which is possibly sonar, I think, maybe, not too sure. And then we're going to put the two pieces together. Number 21, we're going to do our anti-aircraft weapon. And number 22, we're going to put our deck gun together. As you can see, the anti-aircraft weapon goes on the rear of the conning tower. And then we're going to put the handrails on section 24. 25, we've got a flagmaster put on. 26, we've got this part on, which is a sort of weather shield, I think, for the front. And then on 27 and 28, we're going to put our conning tower and our deck gun in position. 29, we're going to put a few auxiliary parts on the actual deck. And on 30, we're going to put some more rails on here, and we're going to put some, these look like mooring attachments, and this bit here that goes on the front. And then hopefully, when we painted it, we'll end up with something like this in two-tone pale grey and dark grey. And as you can see, U-boat Type 7C U-96 with its swordfish motif on the conning tower. So there's instructions out of the way. This particular kit, for the history-wise of it, it was a new tooling by Revell in 2006. Went through a reboxing in 2007 and 2010. And then this Das Boot, that is well nice. This Das Boot version turned up for the 40th anniversary of the film in 2021. So, in the box, we also get a movie poster, as you can see here, which is about kind of bigger than A3 size, which is kind of nice. Thanks very much for that. Stick that on the wall. We also get 6 Revell paints, which is hopefully enough, I would have thought, to actually do this. I'll probably go with the air gun myself, sorry, the airbrush myself. Whether or not I use these paints and mist them in the airbrush, I'm not exactly certain, but there we go. We get a number 2 brush, which, as always, these kind of look a bit big to me. And we get some Revell glue, another one to add to the collection. We also get some decals as well, with a German flag with the swastika removed, the swordfish motif for the conning tower, and the details for our display stand. So here we get 2 large fully built sections of the hull itself. I'm no sort of expert in how these things go together, but it does appear to me to be quite well detailed. I mean, I think these little bits here are supposed to actually be holes where the water, as you can see on the front, comes out. I'm guessing the water goes into the deck and then comes out of these. So I suppose if you were that way inclined, you could remove the excess from there. I don't think I'll be bothering with that myself. We can see nice lines where the hull plates go together. We have a lot of detail going on around the engine and rudder section. Don't see any flash. We've got a lot of detail here at the front as well. These are our 2 forward-facing torpedo tubes. I seem to recall there's a rear torpedo tube as well, but I don't really see any detail for that. And obviously these 2 pieces go together something like so. So I mean, we put those 2 pieces together and we're pretty much halfway there by the look of it. I'm guessing that's going to be where the tube goes there. So, you know, it goes together pretty easily, he says, hopefully. So then we get 2 other screws with our, I'm guessing, other 85 parts on. So as we can see here, we've got the 3 sections of the decking. So we've got the, I think that was going to be the forward section there. You can see all these grill sort of plates for the deck, and they run all the way along. We have a Revell trademark here in the middle, 2006 it says, and that's obviously where the conning tower goes. We have a couple of hatches here for getting in and out of the submarine. Here we have, I think that's going to be our rear-facing armament. This is this sort of shield, this weather shield that goes around the front. I think these parts go around the engines. We have a couple of sections here of railings to go around the superstructure. There's a fair bit of flash on there that's going to have to be taken off. This is the floor for our decking, even for our conning tower. Not too sure what those parts are. We've got some more railings here which go along the sides of the conning tower and by our deck gun. There's the main part of the deck gun, or the lower part. Again, as you can see, we've got lots of rivets and whatnot and detail going on. There's a little doorway there, a little hatch point by the look of it. I'm not too sure whether these rivets are a little bit oversized and are there obviously because we require detail on these things. But I'm sure that's going to show through when we come to throw some paint in its general direction. This particular sprue here, these are the sort of support parts that go inside the U-boat to keep it sort of rigid. And then we have the 4 parts of the display stand. Here we have our 2 propellers. They look nice. A couple of rudders. These are these sort of steering mechanisms, hydroplanes or something I think they call them. This is the barrel of our deck gun. That's the rear little section that goes on the back. These are going to be our snorkels and periscopes, I should have thought. They're the propeller mountings. Got a little hatch there which probably goes in the conning tower. I think this is part of the deck gun here, this particular one, I'm reckoning. Possibly, maybe. That's probably going to be flag stand, I would have thought. This is obviously the parts that go on the front here. Don't know what that particular thing is called. Kind of looks, it makes it look a bit menacing. And there are the upper sections of our conning tower. I mean, it's good looking detail. I've got no problem with it. 86 parts. Shouldn't be too complicated a build, I wouldn't have thought. I just need to get my head around putting this sort of rusting and weathering effects on it. And it's pretty much just a two colour sort of coating of paint. So slapping the paint on shouldn't be that difficult, I wouldn't have thought either. So, excellent. That's all that done. So let's just have another little look at IMDb for a user review of the film, which describes it as gripping, compelling, intense, suspenseful and realistic. Das Boot is a classic. The film couldn't be more intense and emotionally draining. It is a work of genius. Jürgen Prochnow gives a spectacular performance as the German U-boat captain. The acting is first-rate, as the cast of characters is as realistic and as believable as it gets. Don't watch this film unless you are absolutely prepared to immerse yourself into the drama of life as a crewman aboard a German submarine during the war. This is a very rare portrayal of the battle through the eyes of our enemy, and will actually have you cheering for the bad guys at times. That is a fair point. This is one-of-a-kind movie that must be seen to be believed. Words in reviews cannot describe the experience of Das Boot, a tremendous film, a 12 out of a scale of 10, so we obviously thought it was pretty good. It's worth noting that there are actually 2 major versions of the film available. There's the original cinema cut, which is 149 minutes long, so that's 2 hours and 29 minutes. That's kind of a long film. Or you can go for the director's cut, which is 209 minutes long, which is 3 hours and 29 minutes. So that's some undertaking, and I'm pretty sure we could get through half a crate of Schofferhofer by the end of it. I do actually recall the first time I watched this, probably in the mid-late 80s, when I was probably about 10, and it would have been the original cut, and I've got to be quite honest with you, I thought it was an absolute bloody bore fest. But obviously at that sort of age, maybe you don't sort of appreciate what everything is all about. And I can actually say it's probably one of my favourites. Certainly top 10 war films, and certainly, in my opinion, the best submarine war film that I've ever seen. If you can manage to get through the director's cut of over 3 hours, that is. I mean, it is some undertaking. So, cheers with my Schofferhofer grapefruit Weissbier. And I actually picked this up in Tesco's. It cost about £1.20 or £1.50 a can or something, which is quite expensive, but I've got to be honest with you, if you go into Tesco's and you see this, pick yourself a couple of cans up. It almost doesn't taste alcoholic. It's 2.5% alcohol, so it's not exactly the sort of thing you want to get lathered on, but it's goddamn gorgeous. I'm amazed. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Please do check out some of our other videos, including our Christmas Day haul unboxing, which I actually got it for myself for Christmas because I'm a singleton. We'll be doing a review of my rather huge 3-foot-long Revell e-boat that I got in the 135 scale, probably sometime within the next week. And I'm going to be getting on building my Revell Level 4 Aces High Iron Maiden Spitfire Mark II, which I actually got for Christmas last year and was the first model kit that I got in my current form, and is what led me to start this channel and spend thousands and thousands of pounds on 600 kits and basically churn out videos to the scale of roughly 5 a week. So please do like and subscribe. Do check out the Das Boot version of the U-boat, which you can pick up off Amazon for roughly about 30 quid. I think it's well worth the money. And be seeing you.